Yeah, man.
All right. Well, first off, welcome to Talking Shit with Seth and Earl. I'm not Earl.
I'm not Seth. Episode 10.
This is a milestone for us, guys.
Yep.
Episode 10. I know that might not sound like a lot to you, but
It's pretty good, isn't it?
that's pretty cool.
In like the scheme of podcasts, like we talked about,
Yeah,
we fail after episode 3.
Yeah,
usually.
so like we're not many podcasts make it to episode 10, so this is actually a big milestone.
And if we get to 20, I think that means we're insane.
Like in the 1%.
1% if we get to 20 episodes, yeah.
Which we're going to.
I think so.
Yeah, we're going to get to 20 podcasts.
Easy.
Whether anybody watches outside the 3 guys that are known to our channel,
that's up to you guys, isn't it? Really?
I guess it really doesn't matter, but we're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So, we just talked, we ended the last episode on talking about college. So, Earl, did you go to college?
Yep.
What's your degree?
Information systems.
Information systems. Do you think that anything you learned really helped you for your current job?
Nope.
I went to college. My undergrad degree was in biotechnology. And my master's degree was biomedical sciences. I'm a maintenance guy.
And I do work in IT.
I mean, but do you did it help you? Did it help you get the job?
Not really, no.
Yeah, mine sure as fuck didn't. But yeah, and the cool part about it is, are you hourly?
Salary.
Your salary, okay. I'm hourly. Dude, I make more hourly than I would say most of the jobs that I could have got with my degrees. Unless I went into pharmaceutical sales. But I'm just not a salesman type. That's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But outside of that, working in a lab with a master's degree for what I did, like, dude, I'd be making like maybe 60 grand right now. That's not good.
It's not good, but I mean,
for a fucking master's degree to get almost 6
good.
years. No, well, I'd say a little over 5 years of college, coming out with like $120,000 worth of debt.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Making 60 grand a year, that fucking sucks.
My college debt was 0, and I did 3 years.
You guys is it all free in England?
It was when I did it. Yeah, it's free. So college to get a bachelor's, which is what I did, that's free. But then if you want to go to university and get a master's, you have to pay. But it's not. It's like, I think the most debt I ever heard anyone is 25,000.
Yeah, that's not that.
That doesn't even fucking scrape the surface of 100,000+.
It is.
Oh, and another thing, sorry, in England, to pay it back, if let's say you got into 25,000 debt, to pay it back you have to be earning over a certain amount before you start paying it. So if you just go under that amount,
you never have to pay.
You never have to pay student.
Now, is there death forgiveness? Like, you die?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so like if I would die,
the debt goes.
Somebody has to pay that fucking debt off for college.
Wow.
College loans. Yeah, so like if I would have died like a week after I graduated and I had $120,000 worth of debt, guess who got to pay that? My mom.
Mm-hmm. That's why she fucking pushed you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I did. I paid $2,000 every single month to get that stuff paid off, and got a lot done.
Yeah.
But luckily for me, I had she allowed me to live rent free, and I raided the fridge anytime I wanted to. But that was, and then towards the end of it, I did start paying rent, actually. At the end of I think the last year, I started paying like $400 or $500 a month or something like that. But yeah, it was so not worth it. Like, and the thing is, like, I got a couple friends out of it, but that's it. Really, and I got some, like, I have some knowledge about biology, but really everything that I learned, if I really wanted to, I could have learned the fucking library.
Same. That's about it. For my whole program, the 3 years.
Yeah.
We didn't take any tests. There was no tests, exams. It was all based on like the work that you hand in, like your projects.
Oh, see, we had a shit ton of tests.
Yeah. I'm not very good at tests, so I opted for the easiest fucking course. But I mean, I got a bachelor's degree. A lot of people don't.
You know who I really feel sorry for though? Some of these people that have like, and I know my degree didn't help me with what I wanted to do, but I'm financially completely fine now.
Yeah.
It took me a while. I thought I was going to be fucked for a long time, but then 5 years here I am. It's almost all paid off, and you know, doing pretty damn
You'll
well
get
for us.
there.
Yeah, like we're doing good.
Yeah,
But I feel sorry for some of these people that they don't know how to do any like outside investments other than their regular job, especially if they got like a sociology degree or a Parks and Rec degree or some dumb fucking degree.
Basket weaving.
Yeah, just something like real stupid, like
or a degree in dance.
Yeah, a degree in dance or women's studies or something like that, or astrology or just something really stupid that like it really has like no bearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine being an English major and you decide that ultimately you're not going to teach? Which, unless you're teaching as a professor, you're probably not making any money. Even then, you're probably not doing great. Or say like psychology degree. Okay, well, or philosophy. Well, unless you're a lawyer, it probably didn't help you at all.
No.
Maybe I would say that like if you go to law school and you had a philosophy degree, maybe it could have sharpened some of your senses for like debating or something like that. But outside of that, I would say that it's probably absolutely fucking worthless.
I would agree.
And a lot of these people, they're just sitting there, they're just like crying their eyes out because they have student debt so much, and then they have to pay to rent a house for like $1,000 a month, and then they got a car payment, and then we still haven't touched food or gas or clothing or anything like that. Dude, college fucks people over.
You can't go bankrupt. You can't say I'm bankrupt, or you can't do this. You cannot get out of the debt.
And you can't even die and have it forgiven. That's the fucked up part. People are dying with student loans, and their co-signers have to take over because, unlike most other loans, death doesn't forgive your fucking balance.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's so disturbing. It's not fun. And this is happening to kids. Yeah. Okay, a lot of people are graduating from college and not even 21. They can't even buy a beer. Like, you can't legally even go buy a beer because your brain hasn't stopped developing yet. Yet you're smart enough and more developed enough that you can get a loan for like $100,000. Fuck off! Like, no, Don't tell me that. Like, if you think about that, how many things in this world can you do before you're able to drink? You can vote for the next president.
In America.
Yeah, you can vote for the next president.
Yeah.
You can go join the military and go die, and
you
can legally kill someone.
Yeah, but you can't drink.
Yeah, you can't drink.
There's a lot of shit you can. There's a lot in there. Don't they put fucking some weird laws on fireworks as well?
Fireworks? I'm sure there's laws on fireworks. Some states don't allow certain types.
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of shit.
You can't rent a car.
You can buy a house.
Well, you can't. How old do you have to be to rent a car? I think it's 25.
Yeah, no. I think you can because my brother-in-law, the one his little brother, he I think he's 20, so he can't drink. He's 20, but he did rent a car.
I thought renting a car maybe it used to be. I thought you had to be older to rent a car, but
yeah, I mean, he can't drink, but he can do that.
So you can go you can go into debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars, not legally be able to drink. But your mind was developed enough for...
You can cut your penis off.
Yeah, you can cut your cock off.
Yeah, but you can't drink.
Yeah, you can't drink.
Don't touch a fucking drop of alcohol.
You can't vote. You can't drink. You can't even buy a cigarette. But if you want, you can cut your cock off.
I mean, it balances out.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, what's wrong with that?
Yeah. You can't make a decision to drink, But you can make a decision to chop
Yeah.
your dick off.
You can't get a vape pen.
But you can chop your dick off.
You can cut your cock off.
I mean,
I don't see a problem here. There's absolutely nothing wrong that's not passing a sniff test on that one. It's fucking bullshit. Come on, like how do they even go about doing that stuff?
How do they think? How do these people think that's a good thing? You can't drink, yeah, but you can do that.
You can go buy birth control.
Mm-hmm. And
you can go buy condoms.
You can get abortions as well.
You can get abortions.
Yeah,
but you can't drink. Who defines these things?
In England, you can drink at 18. I think 18.
It used to be 18 around here.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, like, physiologically, it makes sense. Your brain technically is not developed until you're like 21. Like, it makes sense in that regard. But if you're going to tell somebody that they can't do X, Y, and Z because their brain isn't developed,
but they can do this instead.
But they can do this, and this. You need to be able to make a logical, argument as to why that is.
But it's not.
It doesn't make sense.
Clearly not because your brain's not developed. Because you can cut your dick off.
How can you be able to join the military?
That's a life decision. Cutting your dick off, it doesn't grow back. You know?
Yeah, you got a point.
So it's like I can drink.
We're not chameleons.
Drinking is not going to change my entire life unless I fucking drink and drive and kill myself. But that's typically not going to happen.
Well, but the thing is, even if you could be my age, you could be my dad's age. If you drink and drive, they're still going to arrest you, and they're like, "Oh, you made bad decisions." It's like I could have made those bad decisions any time in my fucking life. Yeah.
That's if what I mean. It's not going to drastically change your life having a little drink, is it? But cutting your dick off is going to change your life.
And the thing is, like, unless you are like, how much do you really have to be drinking to fuck your mind up that bad where it doesn't develop?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's a good. Like, I get that the brain isn't developed, but literally, how much do you have to drink to fuck it up that bad?
Is my brain developed? Because I drank a lot.
Yeah, I mean, how many people actually drank until they're they're 21?
No, everybody's drinking.
Dude, I didn't drink at all in high school. Not a drop.
Yeah, but you drank before you were 21.
But when I got to college,
yeah,
I drank. Dude, I joined my first beer. Actually, my brother. I did lie. I had 2 beers in college. In high school. I went to visit my brother in college, and we were going fishing the next day, and he gave me, I think it was a Yingling or something like that. But that was it. And then I got to college.
How old were you?
Was I 17?
Mm-hmm.
Probably 17. But I didn't drink again until I was like 7 months later when I was on the football team in college. And then by the end of my football season in college, dude, I was hammering shit. Like, I think I drank like most I ever drank in one night, and just a night, I'm not talking a day, was 20 beers in one night.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on the football team, but it would be nothing to me, but I never paid. Like, it was like I was the guy that didn't drink, so like they wanted to get me drunk all the time.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah, but then by the end of the year, I was like, I never kicked in for anything. But they just kept on. They're like, "Oh, Seth doesn't drink." I'm like, "I've been drinking with you for months," and they're like, "Seth doesn't drink. Get him a beer." I'm like, "Fuck it, okay." Yeah. So then the next year I had to pay. But anyways,
yeah,
they
figured you out, didn't they?
Well, they figured my scam out. Yeah. Actually, the funniest thing, the first beer I got in college, they had a picture on the wall of this topless girl, but they had her face, had like a piece of paper over her face, and they're like, if you can guess who this woman is just by her boobs, they're like, you get a beer. And that was how I got my first beer. I was like, and I had no idea who it was, but I was like, I don't know.
Throw a woman.
I was like, Carmen Electra. Damn. I didn't even know that Carmen Electra had nude pictures out there, but I was like, they gave me a beer, and I shotgunned it, and that was my first beer in college.
Yeah, man.
It was awesome. Kind of cool story, too.
Yeah, I mean, what are the chances?
What are the chances? I was like, if I didn't, I wouldn't have drank. But yeah, like, back to the point, it blows my mind that you are able to do so many things.
Can you get a tattoo?
Yo, you can get a tattoo at like 14 if you get your parents' permission. Yeah, imagine that. I had kids, like when we were in junior high, we had guys that were getting tattoos. My mom and dad signed off on it.
Hmm. Oh, well, in England, I think tattoo's 18, but I got one when I was 17 because
Maybe it's
we,
16.
we knew the guy. Or maybe I was 16. Well, we knew the guy who was doing the tattoos, and he did a terrible job. So, scarred for life.
I knew a guy in high school that he got a tattoo from his uncle. It said mom on it, and it was just absolute shit.
I got 16-year-old. I got a woman with her breasts out on my back. 16.
You still have it?
Yeah, but it's terrible.
It's
I'll show you.
like a stick figure with boobs.
No, she's okay. It's her lips, like if fucking must have sneezed or something. It's well bad. But it's just there. 16-year-old, I thought that'd be good, but it's not.
I mean, that sounds like a 16-year-old thing to do.
It's not good.
But tell me, how can they trust someone?
That's the exact thing. I regret the tattoo. Yeah. Imagine if I'd have cut my dick off.
Yeah, well, imagine like you're allowed to drive at 16. You're legally allowed to drive.
I made the conscious decision to get a naked woman tattooed on my back. Yeah. I regret that.
He's like, let me make this clear. He's like, I can't go to the beach with my shirt off.
I can't go back. But imagine if I'd have cut my dick off. I think I'd have been a lot more depressed if I did that than get a tattoo of a naked woman.
And there's a lot of people that out there that, let's be honest here, there are individuals in this world that they're weak-minded. Everything's a spectrum. Everything's a fucking bell curve of some kind. Okay, so you have like the most strong-willed individuals in the world, and then you got the fuckers that are just like going with the flow and any breeze and push them any direction they want. So you do have those people in this world, okay? Imagine those people getting told by society that they're not right being straight, like straight is wrong, all this on there. They're just like, oh yeah, and they just want to fit in. Why? But that is. But those individuals, at some point in their life, they're going to have a little more.
Also, the mind's not developed.
Yeah, their mind's not developed.
So.
And we'll just take this example. This guy got his cock cut off. Really wasn't sure if he was, I don't know if he was gay, bisexual, whatever the fuck he was. But now he's like 27. He's like, dude, I made I wish I missed my dick.
You know what I don't get? Like, we might get fucking cancelled on episode 10, But you know what I don't get? It's like they say it's reversible.
How can they cancel us for that? How can no? I mean
no, I know what you're saying, but they do.
No. But the interesting thing about it is I don't understand. Now I could see if your platform says certain things, but it's like we're just expressing a point of view that we feel. We're not showing explicit images. Earl didn't show the naked picture on his back.
Yeah.
There's no explicit images or anything like that. And we're really not saying anything to harm anybody. We're not even pinpointing a group of individuals and telling them, if you want to do that, like if you're a grown adult and you want to get a sexual reassignment, I can't stop you.
Yeah.
Do I necessarily agree with it? No, but I'm not downplaying that group of individuals. So if you how am I going to get canceled and told that I'm wrong for saying that it's not smart to take an individual that doesn't have a fully developed mind, put them on some kind of hormone replacement that alters their brain chemistry or has sexual reassignment, and they can never go back to that, when later in life, just like Earl said, like he regrets a tattoo on his back. I'm sure a major decision like that, where you actually remove a body part, like say, it'd be the same as if you cut off your hand, okay? And you're like, man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Well, why couldn't there be limits to when you can do those type of things? Just say like, okay, you have to wait until a certain age. Everything else in this fucking world you have to wait till. You have to wait till you're 18 to join the military. You have to wait till you're 18 to buy cigarettes. You have to wait till you're 21 to buy alcohol. You have to wait till you're 16 to drive. You have to wait until you're 35 to become president of the fucking United States. Like all this other stuff, you have to wait until a certain age. Why not that? Did I hurt a group of people here when I said that?
Yeah, you did.
Who?
Those people.
I'm not even saying they're wrong. They might actually feel the way that they're saying.
Oh, no.
They might agree. They might be like, look, I feel this way. And it's like, okay, I sympathize with you because I've never had those thoughts.
And you're a grown-ass adult.
Yeah, and I would really not want to be put in a situation where I'm that confused about my personality versus the way I look versus the way I feel and all that kind of stuff. That would suck. because those people do exist. They are in this world that they
yeah.
feel that way. That would suck. I'm not saying they're even wrong for feeling that way.
No, but when, like you said, when they're adults, when they've got a
but when
fully
you're a
developed
fucking
brain,
adult, you can think
you
a
can do
certain
it.
way.
Yeah, you can do
Just
it.
put an age limit on it.
Yeah,
okay?
I agree with that.
Like, you have to be a certain age to have sex with an individual that's over 18.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, it makes sense.
All of this stuff is about sexual orientation, sexual desire, sexual, okay?
And you're teaching kids this in school.
It's like, you're telling them that they can't have sex with a person that's over 18 until they get to a certain age, okay? Why can't they be over a certain age to have their sexual organs removed? Or added, or altered, or whatever the fuck they do. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know how they really work with a woman that becomes a man. I don't know how that works.
Or a woman becoming a man.
Yeah, like, how do you get an erect penis if you were a woman?
Good question. I know how they do it the other way. The man to the
Yeah,
woman.
it's pretty easy to remove shit when you grow and build stuff. Like, I don't know how that works. I would imagine that they're taking the clitoris and giving them hormones to grow it out in some way, but that seems an awful lot. That it's like
just letting it grow, yeah, just growing it out.
Well, if you go back to like embryonic development,
you're right. Yeah.
Embryonic development, that it the way the notochord and all that kind of shit works. Yes, there's similarities between your clitoris and a penis in some regard, from a developmental.
No, I was just joking about the way you said grow it out. It was
like just grow it out, just lay it's your hair. But no, we're not saying anything wrong about any group of people. Do we agree with it? I might have feelings that are disagreeing with a lot of different people, but I'm not saying there's people don't exist that disagree with me. Okay?
Yeah, and also just fucking come on the podcast and debate with us.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to chat,
I'll be happy to take your point of view.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not going to say I'm going to agree with it, and you may not get me to agree with what you think, or I may not change your point of view. But fucking reasonable here. Reasonable party. That's why we need to have a political party. And why the fuck is that so polarizing politically?
It's not. I think it will eventually happen. I think people are seeing through the bullshit.
It's so fucking stupid.
Oh.
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows at this point. It's getting to that point. Like, remember how I told you at one point that we were going to realize as a society that, like, oh yeah, dude, there was some fucked up shit was going on back in that time. Yeah. We're already realizing
I think, because I don't think it's going to happen, but it makes sense. You got all these like underage, not underage, but like I call them kids, but they're not kids. They're of an age, yeah, but they're younger than us. So anyone younger than us is a kid, like young adults, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are lonely and they can't find anyone. Yeah. So there's going to be a big population decline. No, because they're just doing casual sex and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true.
So there's going to be a big, and people are not having kids as much, so there's going to be a huge population decline. I'm thinking that arranged marriages don't seem so bad.
No.
Like we're going to get to a point where we look back and go, you know, all this stuff that we used to do, we did it for a reason.
Well, here's the thing: arranged marriages. Here's the way I would say that arranged marriage should work. The parents set up, and the kid, if like they're like, okay.
Oh yeah.
But like they can't just like
gun to your head.
Yeah, like
cunt.
Like say yes, say yes.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I now pronounce you. No, but if the parents would set it up like, hey, we're gonna arrange marriage. This is who your wife's gonna be.
No, that's how it does work. That's how it works as well.
Yeah. Dog just ran out.
This Indian guy we're talking to, his dad sends him.
Here, boy. Hey.
Sends him loads of women's profiles.
Yeah.
And he says, you know, let me know which one you like.
Essentially, your parents are they're just doing the work.
Yeah, but I think that's better than Tinder.
If that's what your goal is for marriage, then yeah.
Yeah, for the fucking earth, like we need people, man. We need people, or we fail to exist.
Yeah.
We stop existing if we don't have kids.
True.
So
I'm not saying population decrease is that bad either, though.
Well, I'm not so sure. Oh, you're not saying it's a bad thing.
Population decrease. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Okay.
I mean, and I say that. What is the bad thing about population decrease? Because people say it in terms like, well, the fucking world's gonna end. Well, 1950, I think the population was like half of what it is right now.
Well, you get to
or 1900. I'm not
it
like
depends how fast it decreases, I guess.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like, would the world stop working? Dude, you traitor.
Yeah,
Would the
man.
world stop working if the population decreased by half naturally?
It depends
No.
over what period of time. Because like the infrastructure's here to support this many people, it's not just gonna shit's just gonna stop. You're not gonna have enough men to fucking maintain all this shit. But you know what
Well,
I'm
but
saying?
I'm saying if it decreases, I mean, say it like, okay, yes, if it went off tomorrow, like half the world was gone, yeah, there'd be problems. But
Yeah,
I'm saying like gradually, if it would just taper off a little bit,
yeah, slowly over
yeah,
time.
like I don't
Yeah,
see
it's
a
not a big
problem with
deal.
that. Like, I mean, if you don't want to have kids, fuck, that's your decision. I don't really give a shit.
But another thing is, there's going to be a shitload of old people, and no one's going to be there to support those old people.
That's an interesting thought. I never
Like
really
we're
considered
gonna
that.
get old, yeah. We
Yeah.
ain't got any kids, so we're gonna eventually go to like an old folks home. But there's not gonna be anyone there because there's no young people. All the young people are busy doing the stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah, but we're gonna be old people with a lot of fucking money, and we can pay people to do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean that's the but there's people, old people who are not.
yeah, but I mean, look. This is a stretch, but like, look at a prison. Okay, there's not a prison guard for every fucking inmate. Okay,
Yeah, but
old folks,
prisoners can take care of themselves as well.
an old folks home, like there's not an assistant person for every old folk or every person in an old folks home.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, if it tapers off in time, I don't really see a problem. I think it's just kind of like a natural progression. Really, it's like you do you really want the human population to go like this? Okay, until literally you don't have anything. Like, no, it's got to taper off at some point.
Hmm.
It's like every population, every whether it's birds or it's elk or deer or dogs, cat, whatever it is, like the population at some point it has to taper off. There's no way you can sustain that. Like, and I know this is even farther stretched, but if you had 1 trillion people on the earth, no, you couldn't. There's no way the world, like,
Probably not.
yeah, it's like you'd have to like make sea colonies and fucking sky colonies. You'd have to deal with some really weird things. So like when people say, "Oh, well, the population is going to decrease," it's like, well, where's the bad part in that? If people want to have kids,
Well, it
they can
depends
have
how
kids.
rapidly though.
Yeah, okay, I'll give
That's
you
the
that.
biggest problem.
Yeah,
Because if my mum
but
has,
is it decreasing to that point
I
where
think
it's
so.
concerning?
If my mum has 4 kids and those kids don't have kids, then you've
But
got four
that'll lead
people from no.
true, but that's over a period of like that's a generation that's
Yeah,
going to
I
take
mean
to
it will be a
taper off.
generation, yeah, but it will.
Yeah, but like 20 years, what can we do? Can we adapt in 20 years?
If we see it coming, if we make these choices, you know.
I don't think there's. I agree that there is some level of concern, but I don't think it's as concerning as some other things. I think the bigger thing to worry about is like fossil fuels not being able to have gasoline, not being able to have crude oil.
Well,
Like, because that,
if there's less of us, we'll make it last a bit longer.
well, yeah, but I'm saying like that is a thing where there is a finite amount of crude oil in the world. Like that's a thing.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, there
And I
was.
know people may disagree on when it would run out, but it will run out
Mm.
at some point. It takes a long time to make it. It takes a very short period of time to use it. And like there's oil wells in all around the United States that have gone dry already.
Yeah.
Like,
There was a study, I think, about speaking about population decrease. I think it was something ridiculous, like out of 100% of women over the age of 34, 50% of them don't have kids.
yeah.
And then the other 50% might only have one kid. Because families are getting smaller too.
Well, I don't think there's really anything wrong with having like if two couples have one kid. China's been trying to do that for like
Yeah, and
three
China's
generations,
fucked right now.
but they're fucked because they have so many people.
No, they're fucked because there's no female population. It's all men, and men can't reproduce by themselves.
Oh yeah, because they're killing the kid. They are literally killing the females when they have
Exactly.
them. Not everybody,
So
but like
it's going to
they're
get to a point where China's basically done because they can't continue. I mean, it's just going to rapidly decrease because there's so many men. There's no females to breed with. Like they're paying people to go over there, females to go over there to breed. Like that's how bad shit gets. And I think China knows it's getting to the end. I'm pretty sure that's why they're doing crazy shit like taking over fucking Taiwan and stuff.
I don't know.
Because right now China's like a huge power force. Imagine if they reduce the population by 50% over the coming years.
Like 40 years or something like that.
China's not going to be that good anymore. But time will tell. We'll see.
Yeah, can you look into an hourglass and tell the future? Not really.
Yeah.
I can't. But I don't. I think the big thing is going to be renewable resources, solar, wind, and hydro.
Yeah, I think so.
Nuclear. Nuclear's a big thing. It has the potential to do everything. It really does. The problem with nuclear is that it has to be done perfectly. It has to be done absolutely perfectly. Or you get like these problems like 3 Mile Island and Chernobyl and place over in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
You get these really bad things that happen. But yes, I'll go so far as to say that nuclear has a potential. Like you could solve everything with nuclear power. The problem is it's
humans make mistakes.
Yeah, humans make mistakes, and we get into fights with each other, and sometimes it's not good when you have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, I mean, coming around to that, did you hear? I don't know if it's legit. I haven't looked into it, but just sharing false facts over here, guys. Basically, you can look into it if you want. I'll look into it further too, but I think like Putin was saying that he doesn't want NATO to help Ukraine, or he's gonna go nuclear. Basically, guess what's going on right now?
What?
NATO's helping Ukraine. They say he's bluffing.
Well, I know that the big thing was that they didn't want Ukraine. Russia didn't want Ukraine to join NATO.
Yeah, and that's why the whole thing started. Putin said if Ukraine joins NATO, then I'm gonna invade it. Basically, like shit's going down.
Well, they never actually joined it.
Yeah, no, but they were going that way.
Yeah.
So I guess he just fucking went forward. So then, now he says if NATO helps Ukraine, then he's gonna go nuclear. Mm-hmm. There's gonna be a nuclear war, and that's what's going on right now. And everyone says he's just bluffing. And like 3 years ago, like 4 years ago, where when Biden were elected, he said that what did he say? Something like he's not going to push Russia to do it, to go nuclear.
Mm-hmm.
That was 4 years ago, but now he's backtracked on that.
Dude, Biden's a fucking idiot. Oh. I know he is my president. He's the president of the United States. I'm not going to be one of those people that says that he isn't my president because he is my president. I'm not
a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Of the land, that is the facts.
People will say, he's not my president. You're being a fucking idiot. Yeah. Like, he is technically the president of the United States of America. Whether he did it completely legally, whether he did it with shady deals, okay? Other presidents become presidents through shady fucking deals. That's not something new.
Yeah.
People were just being fucking stupid when it comes to that. But he's too fucking old. He's being controlled by whoever his handlers are, because that's what they are. They're fucking handlers. Okay, he's doing what his handlers are saying. Okay, he's just too fucking old, and he's old and grumpy. That's the thing. He's too fucking old. And he's fucking grumpy.
I saw a clip the other day. Yeah, Joe Biden was talking about the time when he went to like NATO, or some fucking European Union or something to discuss this whole shit. Yeah, and he said he was talking to somebody who died in 1996.
Yeah, it was like the president of Egypt or some Syria
like,
or something.
How can that guy possibly be running the country?
It's
this
sad.
Guy doesn't know who's dead and alive.
I've said this several times. I'm sure the 3 guys out there are probably tired of it, but he's a puppet. They picked a bad fucking puppet. The people that are in control, whoever those fucks are, okay, you picked a puppet, because that's all Joe Biden is a puppet. He is not Kamala. If anybody thinks that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden truly are in control, just look at the things they say and the way they act and the things they do. It's just like they look like they're just being told. They look like they're fucking monkeys.
Yeah.
And when I say monkeys, I mean like they're like circus monkeys, where like you can feed them and they can do tricks, and that's what they're gonna do. Okay, like it doesn't make any sense. They pick these people, and they pick just bad choices.
Yeah,
and everybody
knows,
sees this.
It's clear now. Everybody knows now. It's totally
it doesn't
clear.
matter. People said it was a race thing. I don't know if that played into some factors as like picking Joe Biden. Why? Okay, here's a question for you. If it was strictly about race, why would a group of black people pick an old white man?
An old racist white man.
Yeah, because he was fucking racist.
Yes, there's clips out there of him saying racist shit.
I don't know if he's racist per se, but like he has said some racist things. I'll say that. But it's like I feel like you're picking how it blows my mind. Okay, if it was about race, okay, and you didn't like Donald Trump in his past, throughout his entire time being known to the public, was really popular with the African American society. We're talking about like the mid '80s until pretty much right before he became president. Like everyone kind of like he was very popular with them. Joe Biden said some pretty fucked up shit. All right. Now, Joe Biden became linked forever with Obama because he was his vice president. But if it's race, like I get that he was associated with Obama, but he's still an old white dude. Like it doesn't. You can't get any farther away from a black person than Joe Biden.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him. Okay?
Look at Joe Biden and look at a black person.
Yes, they're very different. Okay?
Yeah.
So if it was strictly about race, there's some kind of ideology thing going on there. I don't know. Like I get the things that he says and he does, but it's like he's only saying and doing things because it's making money.
Oh yeah, Obama was a fucking terrible president as well. Every 4 minutes he dropped a bomb. In all his years.
It depends on how you look at it being a bad president. But like, did he do things like from like Obamacare that it kind of fucked over a lot of people? It did help some people, but it fucked over more than it helped.
I think so. Fucking me over. I had to pay fucking, if you didn't have health insurance at the time, you had to pay like $2,000 extra on top of your
That's what I'm saying. Like it fucked over more people than it helped.
Yeah,
it did help some people, but it fucked over a lot more than it helped. I'll say that. So with that, there's an ideology thing going on there, and all Biden does is trying to make money. Trump is trying to make money too. Don't get me wrong, but the fucker's honest about it. Like his honesty is like, it's like you may be like, man, I don't know. But it's like it's something about just being so fucking honest. You're just like, you almost got to respect it.
Like he said, like I said it before. He actually said, there are loopholes, and I use them.
Yes,
and so does.
He's like, if you don't want me to do it, change the laws.
Exactly,
and nobody will change them.
Yeah.
So it's like
too much fucking money.
Yeah, which hell, it's like everybody that writes something off on their taxes, whether if they have like a
I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's like if you have something you can write something off on your taxes, you're using a loophole to not have to pay taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't blame a person for that because they're just being smart. They're just trying to protect their financial investments.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Well, if you're a blue-collar guy and I tell you, hey, man, say, for an example, say you wash your clothes. You have a uniform, but you have to wash your clothes at home. Okay? Mm-hmm. Well, you get to write off, like, the amount of water you use and the amount of detergent you get to use. You can write that off over the course of the year, and you can save money because you no longer have to pay that amount in taxes.
Yeah.
No one's going to look at that and be like, oh, that son of a bitch. Like, they're going to be like, dude, thank you. I didn't know that, if they didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, like you're, maybe I don't have to pay as much in taxes, or maybe I'll get more in my tax return. No one's looking at that guy like, you cocksucker, how the fuck could you do that? Like, no.
You've been doing this?
You're like, oh, I hope you burn in hell.
Like
what? No one does that.
Yeah, it's there to you.
But if a billionaire does it, it's bad.
Yeah, but it's not. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah. But now, everyone talks shit about other billionaires then, like Bill Gates and stuff like that. Like, they're doing the same stuff. I'm not going to fault somebody for just making the most out of investment. Here's what I would fault them for. If they're actually trying to do illegal stuff. Like, if Trump did illegal stuff and they can convict him of, they have evidence of it, sure, okay, do it.
Yeah, lock him up.
Yeah, lock him up.
To be locked up, yeah.
Lock the other ones up too. Everyone that's doing that, and it's like, but that's what pisses people off. If you're just going after one individual because they're saying something that disagrees with what you're saying and you're ignoring the rest, that's why everyone's so pissed off. It's like, did Trump do some shady shit? I'm sure he has. I'm sure Trump has, like, played with that line many times, okay? But so everyone else has too, okay? And I'm not saying that he shouldn't be held accountable. I'm just saying that the rest of them should too. It's the inequity.
Yeah.
That's what upsets people.
Yeah, it's like if you fucking playing it, if you get caught on your phone at work or something, you get fucking written up or something. You're like, fucking, he was playing on his phone fucking not 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
Every fucker's doing it.
Yeah.
Writing me up for it.
Yeah. And then you would go to your HR department.
Yeah, because you'd be pissed off, but for a valid reason. Every fucker's playing on the phone.
That's why everyone's upset at Trump.
Yeah.
Like I said, there is no misconception. Trump is a businessman. He's made billions of dollars. If you've made billions of dollars, you can't make billions of dollars without doing something at some point that played with a line. Can't do that. Okay? But everyone has, though. So hold them all accountable.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Or let it go.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do these things, make laws to prevent it from happening again. But they won't do that.
Yeah, prosecute everyone and then make laws so no fucker ever does it again.
Now, but here's the other thing. The flip side of that coin is that I'm conservative. So I'm upset with that current situation. But if it would happen against someone else, I have to say the same thing. If it was like a bunch of Republicans pushing on another person, then I'd have to be like, all right.
Yeah, you would.
You're like, you guys need to pay your pound of flesh too, though. Like, if you're gonna push it onto some liberal guy, like I don't know, like who would be like a Bill Gates or something like that. If Bill Gates would have to eat that, like, would I be like, yeah, like, haha, yeah, whatever? It's like, sure.
Yeah, lock him up, yeah.
But then I'd be like, but it's fucked up that you guys aren't doing this to everybody else too.
Yeah.
You gotta look at yourself if you're gonna look at somebody else. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, all these things that are happening with Obama, or not Obama, but with like Biden and stuff like that, it doesn't make any sense.
You almost got the two mixed up then. It must be a race thing.
It has to be a race thing, yeah.
How you said it with Obama, but clearly it's Joe Biden, the white man.
It doesn't make sense. But when I originally started talking about that, if it's a race thing, like, no, it might have been. A lot of people may have originally voted for Biden because he was associated with Obama. Like, there might have been a portion of the African American community that did that. But I think a lot of people are realizing it would be very hard for any sound-minded individual to look at the last 4 years of Joe Biden and completely ignore that and say that we just want Joe Biden back again because he is somehow associated with Obama.
Yeah, now
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. If you did it in the past, okay, it is what it is. You did it.
That's not going to fly this time around.
But if you did it this time, now you're just a fucking idiot. In my opinion. Because
there are people out there.
There are probably some. But I'm saying, like, and the only thing I have to go on is what I've seen through social media. So, because I don't have a podcast where I can talk with everybody, or I don't have the reach where I can interact with everybody. And when I'm at work, we just do, like, you're working, so you just do your fucking job. And I try to keep politics out of the workspace. I really do. Just why do it? But no one's come up to me and talked to me about it and something like that. But anyways, now all you're seeing is people saying, like, yeah, it's not a good idea. And there's a lot of African Americans that are saying the same thing. Like, they did a poll. It was this one woman. It was a black guy and a black woman. They're in a relationship, and they looked at, like, who they voted for the last, like, 3 elections. Like, who'd you vote for? Obama. And the guy was he was a conservative, but she was a liberal. He said, I voted for whoever was running against Obama at I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was Mitt Romney
That
or
was it.
something. He's like, I voted for him. She's like, Obama. He voted for the other guy, Obama. Who'd you vote for in 2016?
Mm-hmm.
He said Trump. She said Biden. And then they're like, who are you voting for in this election? Or 2020, who'd you vote for?
Yeah.
And she said, or no, 2016, she voted for Hillary.
Yeah.
Sorry. Who'd you vote for in 2020?
Biden.
Who are you voting for in 2024? Trump. Like, it's like everybody's starting to understand.
I hope
even the people that will vote for Biden, there's a lot of people that are probably going to vote for Biden, but they're going to be like, oh, man, I really don't want to do this.
There's no other choice.
As far as a Democratic nominee.
But the thing is, if you vote for the third party, it's
if you have a level of understanding of how that works, if you vote for a third party,
you lost your vote.
It's not that you lost your vote, because technically, if everybody did it, yes.
Yeah, but
if in a sane-minded society where that would happen, yes, a third party could potentially win. But today's society, more than likely, you realize that there's going to be a lot of people voting one way or the other.
Yeah.
And you understand that it probably would be more detrimental for your end goal of, say, if you didn't want to elect this individual and you wanted somebody else to win, and you really didn't care except anybody but this person, it wouldn't make sense for you to vote for a third party. Now, if you just wanted if you wanted one person to win, like that, you had a specific individual you wanted to win, okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if your goal is to just not elect the other person, the third party does make sense.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's why Trump lost. Because people were voting because I just don't want Trump. That's what it was.
Yeah, that makes sense. Then, if that's your goal, it makes sense to vote for
anyone else.
The main guy on the other side.
Yeah, the guy was more likely going to get more votes.
Like Kennedy, I think would be a good idea is if Trump asked Kennedy to be his vice president. I think that'd be a smart idea, actually. But I heard Kennedy once. I don't know if this is true or not. This is just something I heard somebody say. Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback from like one of the American football teams, they're thinking somebody said Kennedy wanted him to be vice president. That doesn't make sense to me. It's stupid as shit. But I think if Trump would actually say this, if Trump would say, "Hey, Kennedy," I think it would be really good politically if you would try to be my vice president and I'd be president. We could work together.
Oh, he's going to be Trump's vice president?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, he hasn't. I don't think technically.
No, they haven't said that he's definitely running it. But...
Yeah, I don't think technically he's won the nomination. Like it's a shoe-in, but I don't think the technicality part has been locked in yet. But if he would get Kennedy to be his vice president, I think a lot of people would sway their vote to him, which would make sense. People, and here's the other thing: the Kennedy thing. I like the ideas he's saying. There's a nostalgia factor goes with Kennedy. His uncle was president. His father was gonna be president. He had the popular vote, and he was fucking murdered right before he became president. Okay. Well, when I say he had the popular vote, we all knew that people were gonna vote for him. He didn't. It wasn't during the election, but everybody was gonna vote for his brother. It was gonna happen. So there's a nostalgia. There's like Kennedys are considered American royalty.
Yeah. So then people might just go there because
you would have you would have that coming with it. But I think if Trump would take...
Well, it's like on the opposite side. If not Biden, anyone but Biden. But let's say Biden got Michelle Obama.
That would bring a lot of people into the fold with her.
Definitely would.
With him. I think it would. But no, I
don't take that idea, Joe Biden.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because we don't want you to win.
Yeah. But... Angel. Anyways, hold on a second.
Yeah, go kill your dog.
I gotta go stop him from barking. What are you barking at? Angel, what? Angel, stop. Hey, boy, all right? Stay calm. Came down and hang on with us for a minute. We're almost done, okay? Just don't bark anymore, please.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep. All right.
That should be alright.
Okay. All right. So back to what we were talking about. I think if race is a big factor with the Democratic Party,
Mm-hmm.
if that's being a very influential thing, which I don't think it is so much anymore. I think it probably was during the last election. Even though I don't fully understand it because Joe Biden's an angry white guy, old white guy. That's beyond me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is a factor so much anymore because people are realizing that it's just bad. Just overall quality of life is not what it could be with a different person in charge. But I'll say this. If if they wanted, the Democratic Party really wanted to try to do something, they would try to get more eyes on Obama.
Well, that's what I just said, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama as a vice president, but also get Obama to be like have him just like waving at the beginning of everything that he does, like speeches or public outings or something like that. Put that image out there because it's propaganda is all it would be. But it would make sense if you're trying to do
link.
that.
Yeah, it'd link.
It would link.
Link it back.
But
to Obama, yeah.
I just feel like, look, your big thing is that the society it's gotten bad,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, this last year it couldn't have started out worse for him because like everything that's going on with like illegals coming into the country right now, nobody really wants that, regardless of race. Like that doesn't look good. If you have like 20,000 illegal immigrants just coming over the border, and the president of the United States is sending the army down there to try to prevent this from, them from being able to protect the border, that's not a good look. Like I don't know what their thought is with this.
More votes? No, I'm just.
Well, even if they wanted to try to get the illegal immigrants to be able to vote, which I don't think they're going to be able to pass that.
No way. Not
in this short amount of time. They could pass a law but they'd have to go through the Senate and the House and everything like that to be able to pass it would take a long time.
And there'll be fucking riots in the streets.
There would be riots.
Hell
yes,
yeah.
there were.
It would.
But so when people say like, oh, well, the illegals are going to vote, like maybe, yeah, if they guess that they did it illegally, I think you're going to have that more so being pushed during this election. Like you're going to have like illegals coming to the booths in certain city states like California, or not city states, but like in certain cities like San Francisco, stuff like these. What are they called? Haven or safe or
yeah, I know what you mean.
Whatever these cities are. These, what is it? Sanctuary cities, something like that.
States, sanctuary states, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're gonna have. I think that's gonna be something they're gonna talk about after this next election. They're like, well, we had illegals coming in making votes and everything, but it's gonna be done illegally. They're not gonna be able to pass a law into effect before this next election that's going to be allow that to happen. Illegals will try to vote.
Yeah.
And it's going to be something they're going to talk about after this election, but it's not going to be like they're going to be doing it legally.
I'm not allowed to vote.
But yeah, you're not an American citizen. But it doesn't make any sense.
No, but if I live in this country for 6 years, I can't vote in this country.
But you could become a citizen.
I want to. But I can.
Yeah, he can if he chooses to.
Yeah, but I'm not choosing to. So, nothing against Americans. I'm just not.
Fuck you.
I get the choice, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it. Well, yeah, I don't know.
I think it's.
But
I think they just picked a bad puppet.
I do think if you've been in the country a certain number of years, you should be able to vote on the election.
Well, yes and no. Like, if you've been here long enough, you're entitled to the right to become an American citizen.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's semantics, but like it's a process. That's what I'm saying. Like, because otherwise, you're like, well, how long you been here? Okay, what's your documentation? You'd have to go through a process of showing them
No,
all
but I
that
could.
kind of. You could, but it'd be a long. I'm saying like it's simplified by saying, are you a citizen or not? Instead of like, okay, you're a non-citizen. How long have you been here? Okay, like show me your paperwork. Did you do this?
Yeah,
Did
but
you
no,
do
but
that?
I'm saying I would rather do that than become a citizen.
Why? I don't understand that.
But I just don't want to become a citizen.
For what reason?
If you're an American citizen, well, just one reason right now that I can think of off the top of my head. If you're an American citizen, you have to file taxes no matter where you live in the world. You have to file your taxes in America. Like you can't get out of American taxes. It's one of the things being an
I did
American
not.
citizen. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I did, but I don't plan on leaving the country anytime soon. Maybe when I'm 40. I think we might move to Brazil when we're 40s.
Yeah, look into it. If you're an American citizen, you still have to file.
I mean, when I'm at that age, it shouldn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, you won't have to worry too much. But
I mean, like financially, it wouldn't. I could just pay somebody to like a CPA or accountant or somebody to do that. But yeah, I think by the time we're in our 40s, what I would love to do is
get the fuck out of America.
No. I love America, like, but getting like, I think it'd be kind of cool to spend several months of the year in like a resort area, kind of like if you go to a beach resort.
Yeah,
it's just nice. It's just nice.
Yeah,
okay. But
and especially like, in a country where you get like more for your money.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. If you go to Florida and you try to buy a condo or something in one of these resort type areas, it might cost you like $300,000-$400,000, but your HOA fees are going to be like $3,000-$4,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go down to Brazil, and their resorts are nicer there, the condos in these resort type style places, they're nicer,
and the cost of living is better too.
Yeah, you could get it for like $200,000. Your HOA fees are like $400 a month, and you get more with it. There's more pools, there's better beaches. It's like a lot more.
The weather's probably nice too.
The food is cheaper. Good, you know me, I'm big on food.
Yeah.
But I would love to do that. But then look around you. Still country boy at heart. I would want to come back here, and I would just want to do hunting for like 4 months straight. I fucking love hunting, man. I do. Good. I don't know what it is.
It's like that thing. You've probably heard the story. This guy, let's say, I think he was like in Mexico on a boat or something, and someone from America went to ask him, like, what's your day like? He said, well, I go on my boat, I do some fishing, I come home and I eat with my family, and then I spend like, I think he does fishing for 4 hours or something. Then he don't make a lot of money, but then he goes home and spends the day with his family, and then he can't relaxes. And the guy's like, well, you know, if we increase the time that you went fishing and we got some more boats and all this shit, we could make a huge fishing company and you could, expand internationally. And the guy's like, why? Well, because then you could spend like half your time with your family. And it's like, I already do it now. So that's the thing, like, just do what you.
I know there's a lot of people that are in a situation where they can't go enjoy the things they're doing. But I also know that those individuals, if they had the opportunity, they would do that. Okay?
Yeah,
so if I have the opportunity to do that, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it's like the guy who's not making a lot of money is on his boat, but he spends his time with his family. Yeah. That's what he wants. That's what the guy wants to do.
That's all there's a lot of people in this world, they're not looking to climb a ladder, okay? They're just looking to enjoy their life. They just don't have the financial means to do it. So when you get that, like this man has, he somehow has gotten to that point.
Oh no, but no. He's living like he's living in like a you know, a little tiny shack with
No,
his
no, no.
family.
But I'm saying like some people like they've already got that. Like me, I wasn't born in Florida. Okay, I wasn't born on the coast. I didn't grow up doing all that kind of stuff. I grew up kind of landlocked Pennsylvania. I don't have that thing where I can go fishing every day or something like that. Now I could live a little bit lower my means and like do a little bit more outdoors and stuff like that, but financially there are some things I want to
Yeah,
accomplish
yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
well. I get his point of view, and I really like that. But I would like to have a couple more amenities.
Yeah, no, but that's your
That's
thing.
just my
But there
preference.
are some
There's
people,
some people they're fine with having very little to nothing.
or there are some people grinding it out, hustling every day, trying
Yeah,
to get to a point where they can go on a boat and
yeah,
go back to the family and spend that time. So it's like, this is where
yep.
this guy saw his dream and then he just did it. Like,
It's a cool place to be.
yeah, you
I
just do it.
respect that.
Yeah, it's like my wife. She wants to like go live on a beach. So I'm like, let's just go to the beach. Let's just go find a place to live near the beach. If that's what you want to do.
Well, you got a good opportunity where you work online, so you could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I don't work online, so I have to. My goal is to work a couple more years to become more financially stable. Then, when we
Mm-hmm.
have a nest egg. Now I'm not talking like way old, but if we could do that like 40, 45, and then do that, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's a good age.
And that's not too old. But yeah, I would love to spend half the time around the beach area, the resort type style, and then half just walking the woods of West Virginia and Pennsylvania. And actually, I'd like to end up getting to Ohio because there's some big bucks out there.
I saw there's a place in town, and I went in there. It's like a fucking discount. It's not even a discount store. It's like this guy who buys all this shit that's liquidated and stuff. And you can get some really good fucking deals down there. So I went in there, and on the walls, because they've just relocated, on the walls they've got these deers, giant, and then I think they've got
Deers,
deer,
deer.
and no, but deers is multiple, yeah.
No, 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 it's not.
It's not.
No, deer is singular and plural.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh
Now, if
well.
you say the deer's nose, then you can say deers. But
Oh yeah, that's because
the
that's
Skycom ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Skycom.
But I think they have an elk on the wall as well. It's fucking ginormous. Ginormous.
I think elk hunting would be kind of cool, but something about my heart lies with whitetail hunting.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't tell you how cool it feels to be able to get one. Like, go out early in the morning. You get set up in your tree stand or your ground line or whatever. Say like 20 minutes before daybreak. Quiet. Got that nervous anticipation. You don't know what's going to happen next. And then all of a sudden, like right when your mind kind of like, oh man, I'm not going to see anything. You either hear or catch something in the corner of your eye. And it's just this movement.
Mm.
And you have this level of excitement that really doesn't come with much else. I mean, there are some things. There are some things that excitement comes with, but for the majority like that, like you get this like level of anxiety and nervousness and happy and joy. You're like, what the fuck? Then you see antlers on its head, and then it's like it multiplies. You're like, oh. And then
And you're whispering because you.
well, no, but this is all taking place in your head because you can't speak out
Yeah,
loud.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
they're
That's the
gonna hear
thing.
it. Like,
Well, there's only you around.
yeah, and you're just like moving, kind of like a painter. You know, like
Yeah, you have to.
you're
You
like
can't.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't go.
Yeah, but it's like
It's gone.
like your head stays perfectly still while your body works to move the things you
Yeah,
need.
yeah.
So you're not trying to make your torso move. And then you get it up and you get the shot. And then the sound of thunder fills the canyon that you're in,
Yeah, man.
the hillside. It's just like bowling in the sky. And everything, like you see it run, and you're like, and then you see it drop. Oh, dude.
You have to be there.
I'm telling you, dude, it is something that you just don't. And I know people bow hunting, they get this, they get a lot of it out of it too. But there's something about a rifle with that sound of thunder. Like it's just like it's like it's like kickstarting your heart. Like I don't know how to say it.
It's like the magic mushroom discussion where I just couldn't put it into words. It's just.
But it's like a level of like if you could bottle that, sell it, you'd be a fucking millionaire. It's amazing.
So if you can bottle it and sell it,
yeah,
millionaire,
you can do that. But then like it's everything comes with that. You know, like the drag out. I know a lot of people they bitch about dragging a deer out. I don't fucking care. I think it's one of the greatest parts.
Well, you're fucking pumped to that point, right?
And walking up to it, it's like it's like every step is like a symphony of like just emotion, and and you get to it, and you know there is that like we've talked about this a little, like there's a sadness and happiness, but the happiness is that it outweighs the sadness, and you get your hands on these like this crown of bone. Because that's what it is. I mean, look at their head. What does that look like? It looks like a crown on top of someone's head. It's a fucking crown of bone. Man. And you're just like, especially if it's one that, like, say I've only ever killed 8 points, I get a 10-point. Fuck. Like you just, so it's just something bigger than what you expect. Say you're killing like a little 5 points or something like that, or you thought it was smaller than what it was, and now it's bigger, and you're just like, oh my god, it's amazing. And then dragging them out. I don't care what anyone says. Picking the deer up and dragging it out. I know a lot of people that drag it behind them like this. I pick the horns up like this and I drag them and I walk backwards. It's easier on your lower back. But there's nothing quite like it. And it's when you get to have that and you get to go to a place where you're hanging out with your buddies throughout the evenings and the mornings, you're having breakfast together and you're having dinners together. The food's just fucking on point. You know, you got the music playing in the background. You're talking shit. You're watching a
playing
movie.
Cards or something. Yeah,
you're having a fire or something like that. Drinking a few beers. When you have everything that would be a great buddy experience, and then you have that almost fucking magical time that you can't express really, that you just had this experience, it lives in your mind forever and you can replay whenever you want to. When you get to put those two things together, it's astounding. It's great. I don't see how anybody that experiences something like that and enjoys it like that wouldn't always want to do that. Now, real life things happen, you know, like you know, if you're in a relationship, you have family, you have kids, you know, you have to put that first. And that's something that I had a lot of trouble with when at the beginning of a relationship with, because I was still thinking like a single guy. I wasn't doing things like a couple would, and it took a year or two for me to get that. But now it's like I keep that in my head, and I
plan accordingly.
I plan accordingly, and I try to make sure that this, because that's just what I like to do personally. I try to like to make sure my personal life doesn't affect my well, not my personal life, because my what would you call that? Your entertainment time doesn't intersect with your personal life or your
relationships.
Yeah, your relationship. Yeah. It doesn't interfere with your relationships.
Yeah, like if I want to go out fucking doing a podcast, I need to make sure that my wife at home knows I'm going to be out of the house for 3 hours doing a podcast, and it's all good in the house. Because you don't.
It's funny you say that, because I forgot to tell Michelle about this. And when you say you're coming over at 3, I thought it was going to be later in the afternoon. And I couldn't tell you no. But I was like, oh fuck, I'm in the doghouse right now. So
you'll make it up there.
I will. I'll have to.
Yeah.
But anyways, but yeah, like at the beginning of the relationship, I was still thinking like a single guy, because I told you, like I had the college experience, like, but I wasn't in really long-term relationships. I was in, like short-term stuff.
Single-minded. Yeah.
Single-minded guy. Yeah. So I like, that's all I'd known for the first 28 years of my life was a single guy mentality.
Yeah.
Or 27, 26, whatever. But yeah. So like the first year and a half, it was an adjustment period for me. But now you get that, but like if you can do that, if you can have that, I don't know why in the hell you wouldn't. Like if
If
everyone
you've
could.
experienced it, you don't know why you wouldn't want to.
Well, it doesn't. I'm not saying it's strictly hunting. I'm just saying like my personal experience. If you got that out of hunting, what I get out of hunting, and especially being around friends and family and stuff like that, and just that level of camaraderie and just fun, just overall fun. And then you got to put that like whatever the fuck you want to call it, moments where you have in the woods that you can just replay in your mind. You can do that.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to do that?
There you go, guys.
Yeah, sorry. I know we started out with school, then we went into politics,
hunting.
Hunting. Well, first school. Weird stuff that's going on right now with
Yeah, this because as original plan for the 2 episodes was 1 episode of shit, like shit talk, 1 episode of something solid.
Mm-hmm.
We actually did it backwards, didn't we?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. Episode 10.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy it. We will be having more of these. We're not going to stop anytime soon. I don't have plan
plans to stop. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually, at some point, you're just gonna see this random Facebook page or Spotify page that has a shit ton of videos. Maybe we'll get some more people to view it. But
yeah. I'm not Seth.
I'm not Earl. Take care, guys.